Should you fly back and forth from Africa to America, or should you stay? Stay tuned to the end, and we're going to give you our raw breakdown. Shalom, family.
Shalom.
Yes, guys, welcome to the channel. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. We are Journey with Us. We're a family of 7 digital nomads, and we've been here in Africa for 4 years. We left Columbus, Ohio, and moved to Tanzania, and now we are here in Southern Africa.
Mm-hmm.
So, in this video, we're going to be talking about some good information that I hope you guys pay attention to, because this is really for you.
So let's talk about this. There are two types of people who travel Africa. You have some people who come here and they're from America or the UK or the Caribbean, and they travel back and forth between America and Africa, whichever African country of their choosing. It could be Namibia, it could be Ghana, it could be Egypt, Rwanda, whatever African country of their choosing. Maybe they stay in Africa for like 6 months to 12 months out the year, and perhaps they're retired. So they're like, hey, I can go back and check on my family in America, right? That's fine. But then you have people that are in their late 20s to 30s, even early 40s, who are like, you know what? I want to leave America for good. I want to stay out of America, and I want to build a legacy and trajectory in Africa. And so people like us, we stay here and we do not return back and forth to America. I mean, I'm telling y'all, we have not been back to America since 2020. The last time we were in America was August of 2020, y'all. It's October 2024. And so you're going to learn in this video how to choose which one is right for you. We're going to go through a few points talking about retirement, talking about your age, whether you have children, how many children you have, what your lifestyle ideally looks like for you.
Yes, so what is the best option for you? Are you of the age of retirement, or are you like us, still young, still ready to leave a legacy for the next generation? This is something that you might want to do if you're of retirement age, where you want to travel around, just want to enjoy life, and you don't have a lot of children, or your children is already grown and have their own life, and you're someone that wants to relax and sit by the beach and just hang out, and you don't want to be too busy, you just want to relax and enjoy your time. On the other hand, you have entrepreneurs like us, where we want to be busy, we want to build a legacy, we want to grow here and like really sustain ourselves here. So we're always going to be busy, for at least 10 years before retiring. So you have to ask yourself, what stage are you in life? Are you really ready to enjoy and just retire and your funds is okay where you can retire? Or are you ready to come here and do the groundwork to build your legacy?
It really depends on your mindset. It all goes down to mindset, and there's a lot of nuance with moving to Africa and doing business in Africa because it looks different for teachers. For example, teachers can come here pretty easily and get a job if they wanted, but then you also have the nuance of you have teachers that are like, no, I don't want to be in the classroom. I want to actually start an education consultancy, or I want to actually package my services and my offer so I can work with different schools in Southeastern Africa or even in West and Northern Africa. And so, just with that industry alone, and then you also have people that are in medicine, whether it's functional medicine, massage therapy, ex nurses, doctors. There's a lot of nuance with that as well, because on one hand, you can get a job in a clinic here, especially if you're in like South Africa or Nairobi, Kenya, you can definitely find healthcare jobs. But you may also be that healthcare professional that's like, you know what? I'm tired of being at the bedside. I really just want to structure a program and serve my clients in my own practice. And so there is a whole lot of nuance with making a move like this. And you really have to know who you are, what you want out of life, and where you are right now in life. Because, for example, you may be someone that's like, hey, I do want to spend the $3,000 to $5,000 every year to fly back and forth to America, versus someone that's an entrepreneur. They would take it from the standpoint of, why would I put 5K to 10K in airplane tickets when I can actually invest in my business and expand in other territories in Africa? And so those are two very, very different mindsets for the diaspora that's moving to Africa. Basically, it's either retirement or entrepreneurship. Okay, those are the main two different sets of mind. And even if somebody is like working a job, we know people in Dream Life Africa who have got jobs as teachers in Rwanda and East Africa and principals. They're probably not flying back and forth because all of their money, all of their investments, everything they're doing is based right there
Exactly.
in
Yeah.
East Africa.
Yeah.
So that's like the main difference. This is something that you can look into. And this is why we travel slowly. So, although we have traveled all over the Swahili coast, we travel in this country we're in right now, and we obviously will continue traveling over the next 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 years in Africa. Okay. We will obviously continue doing that, but we do it slowly. The reason is
Hmm.
because this is really about legacy building for us, building businesses for our children, investing in property. Y'all know if you've been a member of this channel for any length of time, we have property and investments in Tanzania. We have property investments in this country. We have a second residence permit, right? And so our
Hmm.
mindset is I'm going to expand and leverage the assets I have and move them across different territories within Africa so that when my children, our 5 children, grow up, we can say, hey, you go invest in Namibia. Hey, we have something for you in Botswana. Here's something for you in Ethiopia. Here's something for you in Tanzania, you two who are born in Tanzania. And so that's the mindset that we come with. So you have to understand your own goals, your own mindset, and then align yourself with people who think like you do. Because we've
Hmm.
had clients go through Save the Diaspora that are in logistics. And these are people that are middle aged, that are in logistics. And so even though they are of retirement age, they still know, hey, I don't necessarily want to retire. I'd actually want to
Hmm.
invest in my business and teach the younger generations, even if they don't have children, teach my nieces and nephews how to come into this because you can't pass down a 9 to 5.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Our business model is mainly not YouTube. So before we even left America, we have a creative agency where we work with finance, real estate, and professional services. And we started this before we left America. And when we came here to Africa, we expanded it and we started making connections here in Africa. Always kept our clients in America. So this is something that you really have to think about before you even leave America. You have to have a profitable business that can really sustain you here in Africa long term. So for us, this is pretty much our backbone to stay here and not go back to America. So there's no reason why we should go back. If we wanted to travel, we would travel amongst Africa and the continent of Africa instead of trying to go back to America to, we hear people go back to try to make money where we already have a passive income. That's it's no problem for.
I don't know why that's something people miss out on so much because, or maybe it's the education system. We just believe jobs should be everywhere. But in the age of AI, what you're soon going to see, and
Mm.
people are already experiencing this. Did y'all see Elon Musk has these robots out?
Yeah, I was just about to.
Hello,
Ooh,
goodbye jobs.
yeah, it looked like iRobot, the movie.
Goodbye jobs, replacing grocers, replacing people that are at gas stations. All of these very low level mundane jobs are going to disappear. And so it's like you can either make the choice to invest in your business and diversify your skill set,
Hmm.
make it be your own choice and be on top and get that leverage, or you're going to be kicked out the market and the
Exactly.
robot's going to be taken over
Exactly.
because it's going to be all about client experience. If you can help a client get a transformation, and man, let me tell you, we help our clients on such a high level that they are willing to work for us for years, literally for years. Very high caliber corporate contracts, multi-million-dollar firms. And then we come back for
Hmm.
the little guys too, the small businesses who are just starting in our community. That's why we started Black Educators Amplified, because it's like, wow, we don't want to just serve corporate clients. We also want to help the smaller businesses that don't have access to capital, but honestly still deserve that corporate level marketing and business development knowledge. Okay. And so you can check out the link in the description if you would like to apply to work with us 1 to 1 so you can actually get your business off the ground, your second residence. Because the old way of doing
Hmm.
business is doing door to door sales. But guess what? When you come to Africa, especially if you're in professional services, you're actually trying to stay here long term. You're not going to go door to door. You're going to have a real marketing strategy, a real corporate marketing website. All of your ducks need to be in a row because when you pitch this to governments and it looks like you're not serious, they're not going to approve you. And that's what the diaspora have been experiencing.
Exactly. Yes. So you have to start somewhere, and you have to have the experience. You have to have that rapport. You have to just keep at it. You can't just stop. That's what I noticed with
Hmm.
a lot of people. They start something and stop, but you have to be very consistent with everything that you do. So if you start this marketing agency that we have been doing for the past 8 years, It just kept going, very consistent, very consistent. You can see it for the past 8 years on our social medias. It's like, wow, okay, they're very consistent. So you have to be consistent, and you have to know your why.
And that consistency comes with acquiring the right knowledge. I think another issue with people that don't come to Africa with entrepreneurship mind, entrepreneurs by default have to be invested and willing to acquire knowledge. That's how you fast track your way to success. You acquire knowledge that you don't have, both by reading books, getting mentorship, and then actually doing the work. There's nothing that replaces you going out and refining your message, posting on social media, creating your pitch deck, creating your case studies, pitching to other clients, getting in networking groups, investing and getting into different memberships where you can be in these ecosystems of people all over the world. Because to be honest, we've been doing these speaking engagements with people in Australia, Spain, the UK, America, Dubai, Ghana, from right here in our office. Like, you don't need to waste all your money on a flight when you can literally get online and network through digital marketing. And it pays off amazingly. That way, the capital that you have, you can then reinvest in the business or something else we like to do. We like to invest in gold and in some of
Mhm.
the finance to hedge our investments. This is how you stay in Africa long term. You have to think like an entrepreneur and not a 9 to 5 worker.
Yes, yes. So, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the information. Um, Leave us a comment below and let us know if you are staying here in Africa long term, or are you going to go back to America. Let us know. So make sure you like the video, share the video, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. Shalom.
Shalom.